Hi.
Hi, Ivy. How are you?
Hi. I'm
Hello,
okay.
hello.
Yes.
I am so glad to have you here.
I'm actually quite nervous, but I hope I can
Oh,
get on with this. I'm just
you're
kidding.
going to do great. You are going to do great. Don't you worry. There's nothing to be nervous about. Well, first of all, I want to say congratulations so much on passing your IELTS. That's so exciting. Congratulations.
Thank
What a big
you.
deal. Yeah, you bet. That's really great. What a huge achievement. It's just great. I bet when you got that email, when you first saw the good news, I bet you were just like, oh my goodness, I passed my IELTS. So that's very exciting for you and your family, isn't it?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that's wonderful. I'm so glad that you could be here with us. And I'm just going to introduce myself really quick, if you don't mind, and I'll get that out of the way. And then we're going to move on to the good stuff, and that's hearing all the wonderful things from you about your IELTS. So, welcome everyone. My name is Jennifer Bolton Bruns, and I'm the IELTS support specialist with Connetics USA. Our mission here is to impact and improve the lives of millions of nurses. We obsess about how we can add value to our clients. We aim to take the pain and the fear out of the complicated process. So, one of those specific elements with the placement process is to successfully complete the IELTS exam, just like Ivy did. So, the IELTS exam, for anyone who does not already know, is an English language certification program one must pass to study, migrate, and work within the United States of America, as well as several other countries. And the IELTS exam is made up of four parts. We've got the reading, listening, writing, and of course, there's always the speaking. So today we have Ivy, and Ivy is from the Philippines. Is that right?
Yeah.
That's great. Well, welcome, Ivy. Connetics is so glad that you could be here today with us. And same with Swoosh English. We're all glad that you could be here and make this hero interview. So we are so glad you are here. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Ivy. Where are you from? Where are you right now? Tell us that good stuff.
Okay. I'm Ivy. I'm sorry about that. I'm just quite nervous. My name is Ivy Aliviado, and I am currently living here in Bacoor City. It's actually here in Metro Manila, the capital city of the Philippines. I work as a charge nurse in one of the prestigious hospitals in Las Piñas City. It is the University of Perpetual Health Medical Center, Las Piñas, and I am assigned in a charity ward.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
I actually have been working there for 2 years already.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, that sounds good. It sounds like that keeps you busy. Is that right? Does it keep you busy?
Yes, I'm quite busy, but there are unfortunate things that happened way back, like 2 weeks ago, because my village has been put into a total lockdown in which everyone needs
Hmm.
to stay in their houses. But thankfully, I was given the opportunity to still work, but I need to stay in a um, in a quarters in our facility. That way, I'll be safe and I can still continue to work.
Well, that's good. Yeah, definitely your health and your safety is, a really big thing to worry about. I'm really sorry about that lockdown again. I thought things were getting better outside of the country, but I guess it just really depends where you go, doesn't it? I'm sorry about that. So it keeps
It's
you really
okay.
busy. Well, I am going to just check Facebook periodically, if you don't mind, during our little interview here. We've got us live streaming on Facebook, so I'm just going to go through and see who's here with us. And we've got some people here. They're going to say congratulations and maybe ask you a couple questions, how you passed your IELTS, because of course that's why we're here.
Mhm.
Uh, okay, Selma says hi. Manner, he says, she says hi. And then we've got Peter. Peter says hello. So if anybody watching today has any questions for Ivy, feel free to type it in the comments and I'll check it periodically, like I just mentioned, and we can ask her what her, what tools did she use to pass this. So tell us about your American dream. Who or what inspired you to want to move to America, Ivy?
Actually, way back when I was a little girl, I already am imagining myself to be in another country, which is not like my country, which is so little. I'm I am very ambitious, and one of my aunts actually is in California. She
Mm,
encouraged me that one day, if ever I'll get a good opportunity, or if ever I'll graduate in college, she'll get me and I'll move to America. But I know that, but in my younger years, I just did not realize that American dream is really hard to achieve. So I just realized it when I became an orphan, because my father and mother actually passed away when I was in grade school, and
oh, wow.
things get a little bit harder for me to reach my ambitions. So I really strive hard to finish my college. And actually, with the help of my relatives, they are very helpful, and they encourage me to not stop dreaming, because my only way to be successful is to strive harder. So luckily, because of the support that I received from my relatives, especially my guardian, I was able to pursue my bachelor's degree in nursing way back in 2009. And to be honest, after college, um, I wasn't able to really get a good opportunity for my career as a nurse, because at that time, way back in 2009, there are many nurses who are unemployed here in the Philippines, and some are
Mm,
actually trying their career to work in Middle East, just to just to at least practice um, their bachelor's degree. But
mm,
then I actually tried to get a job which is not related to nursing. So I started
mm,
as a nanny for my little nieces.
mm.
They're actually adorable, and
Cool.
that's why I love it.
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
then way back in 2012, um, I was thankful that DOH, Department of Health here in the Philippines, they opened jobs, but it's a contractual type of job for nurses, just to at least give opportunities for nurses to work in the community. And then after my 1 year contract with them, I changed career again, and I work as a call center agent in one of the prestigious call centers here. Is it
Mm.
okay if I am going to at least tell the companies that I actually worked with? Is it okay or not?
Sure. Sure. Why
Okay.
not?
I was actually providing service for most of the telecommunications in the United States, namely Verizon, AT&T,
Oh,
DirecTV, and Uver. So
fun.
I
All right.
kind of, yeah, I kind
Cool.
of enjoyed the job that I was doing
Yeah.
that time. I
Yeah.
actually stayed for that company for like, as long as I can remember, it was like 4 years, I guess. I
Oh.
stayed for that company for 4 years, but I actually was thinking that if I am still going to continue to be working as a call center agent, I might not be able to really pursue my American dream. Although I was providing service for um, Americans, but that's not really my dream. So I made a plan. I list down all of the requirements that I'll be needing so I can at least shift again to another career, which is to go back into my profession. So I renewed my license way back in 2016, and
Mm-hmm.
then at that at that moment, I actually was trying to save money for my review materials for NCLEX,
Mm-hmm.
and um, I actually financed my application for NCLEX, but then because of my financial struggles as well, I took the test in 2008, 2018, and then luckily I passed. And
Good.
after I actually passed the test, I remember I tried to submit an application with Connetics, but unfortunately, someone told me over the phone that my qualifications were not enough yet to be a part of Connetics family, but that's okay. At least I said I already have the list, and it's not yet the end of the world for me. So I actually started working in the hospital in 2018. That was my first step
Mm-hmm.
to achieve my ambition in applying
Yeah.
for Kinetics. Actually, to be honest, I just did not apply for Kinetics. I also applied for some of the agencies as well,
Mm.
but I have my top three agencies, and Kinetics is one of them. Okay,
Oh, good.
so um, there's this another agency that actually went here in the Philippines in 2018, and
Mm.
they were trying to hire nurses, and they are planning to move the nurses to Florida. I tried to
Mm.
apply with them as well, but luckily I did not pass the
Oh.
recruitment
Oh.
because I am not yet having enough experience in
Mm.
bedside care.
Oh.
So, like after a year that I was working in the hospital, I remember it was like after a year and a half. I remember it was like last year in December. I actually sent another application for Kinetics, and um, Miss Joy, she
Yeah.
actually told me that uh, Kentucky, I mean, the University of Louisville is recruiting nurses
Mm.
to be there as soon as possible. So I actually grabbed that opportunity,
Yeah.
even though there's like a short notice for that. And I cannot forget that was our Christmas party during that time, and I'll be having my interview with Louisville,
Mm.
University of Louisville
Wow.
Hospital. So I actually went home early after like the short party, and then I prepared. After that, I actually prayed to I prayed to God sincerely that if ever He's going to give me this opportunity with Kinetics, I'm willing to be generous to my relatives
Yeah.
for me to provide their needs as well if ever I'll be in the United States. So after 3 days, I actually heard the good news from Joy, and she informed me that I actually qualified for their hiring.
Great.
So I felt so happy at that time, but I did not told my relatives yet that I was hired. So I
Mhm.
actually quite pressured because it was holiday season, and my case manager wasn't really informing me yet about what I should do because I
Mhm.
maybe at that time she's really busy for work and at the same time for holiday as well. So like after the holiday season, like in January, she already informed me about what I need to do, and um she told me that I need to really take IELTS as soon as possible. So I said,
Yeah.
how am I going to pass my IELTS? And I'm still working. So she said, we are going to at least send you an email regarding Swoosh. And that was really the first time that I heard about Swoosh English.
Mm.
At first, I'm hesitant because they're offering a scholarship,
Yeah.
and at first, I'm really hesitant because, of course, they're not Filipinos and they're from UK. So obviously, we have difference when it comes to time.
Yeah.
But the email actually stated there that if I am going to be enrolled with Swoosh, I'll learn many things about
Mhm.
IELTS, and there's a higher chance for me to pass it in just one take.
Yeah.
So I gave myself at least a week to decide for it because I'm also trying to ask several friends of mine that I trust if I am going to go with Swoosh or I'll just do like a self review for my IELTS.
Yeah.
So I kind of do a self assessment for my for all of the subtests like reading, writing, listening, and speaking.
Speaking.
So I first tried listening, and my first attempt, I just followed the link in the internet, and I got depressed because I cannot really accept that in my first try for the listening, I just got a score of 5. So I said to
Oh
myself,
no.
how am I going to pass the test if I will just score 5 for listening? So I messaged Princess, my case manager.
Yeah.
I told her that how am I going to take advantage of Swoosh? I really think that I need help for
Yeah.
my IELTS, and she told me that she's going to send me like I actually really forgot the process what I did for me to take advantage of Swoosh, but
Mhm.
um I did not really think of other options. Like after I took the assessment test for listening, I just
Yeah.
grabbed the opportunity to join Swoosh just for
Good.
me to be able to start achieving
Yeah.
my overall band score.
Yeah.
So I actually enrolled in the end of February this year, and
Okay.
then um at first, I find it hard to access the dashboard because
Um,
of the fact that I'm not a techie person. I'm really having a hard time to learn how to use
mhm.
my mobile phone to to start my
Yeah.
review for IELTS. But luckily, there's this tutorial that Alex sent me in
Yes.
order for me to at least access the dashboard. And moving forward, I find it so easy to access.
Good.
And the good thing about it, because here in the Philippines, our shift here most of the time is a 12-hour shift,
Mm.
and plus the traffic, a huge traffic. So
Yeah.
I might get at least an hour for my review if I'm going to review during the time that I'll be working as well. So the good thing about Swoosh is that with the dashboard, they are going to give you um, a way to access it in your most convenient time.
Yeah.
Yes, and I love it really. And then the next step that I did was I learned how to access the Zoom links
Oh,
in
good.
order for me to join the live reviews as well. At
Hmm.
first, I'm really struggling with following the time schedule because there's time difference between UK and the Philippines.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm trying to join the live sessions, but it seems that it's not yet the time for the review. So I
Mm.
asked several friends of mine if ever they can tell me what time is 11 a.m. UK here in the Philippines. So they told me that it might be like at least 5 p.m. Philippine time. So I said, okay,
Okay.
I'll just be joining the live class at that time during my free time.
Mm.
So the advice that I can give, Swoosh is actually a very friendly type of review class, and the live classes actually helped me a lot, especially in
Hmm.
speaking, because you'll meet different people from different parts of the world. They have different accents. I believe most of my review mates are from India
Mm.
and also in Africa. But actually, I learned many best practices from them. And I can definitely say that those best practices that I learned from them were actually what made me pass the IELTS.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I also tried different videos. I also access different videos from YouTube, but like at least a month before my test date, I just focused my study with Swoosh. I religiously attend the class Mondays to Fridays because I actually took a 1 month study leave from work, and thankfully I was granted. And that
Oh,
was
good.
the like the time that I really used in order for me to focus in every sub test. Um, honestly, I really struggle a lot with reading. Um, I did not really focus with reading because I said to myself that there will be a chance for me to at least get a higher band score for other sub tests. So I just focus in skimming and scanning. And to be honest, my scores for reading were actually around 4.5 to 5.5 and never got 6 for my reading test, like the
Mm.
practice test. I wasn't able to really get a high scores for that. But during my test, I'm so happy that I actually got a 6. So
Oh,
that
good.
actually helped me as well
Good.
to at least reach my band score.
Yeah.
And yeah, because the scores that I got were actually just the passing score for the visa screen, and I'm just contented with that score that I got.
Well, good. Well, that's good. Thank you for sharing all of that. Yeah. You obviously you just need a 6.5 overall and a 7.0 or higher in speaking. So you did good. I mean, yeah, I am so happy for you. Let's see. We have oh, Cynthia. Cynthia is saying hi, and Sifo is saying hi to you, and we have a Shawak. Um, maybe you know these people and they're saying hello. Um, yeah, I think that's great. Everything that you just said. So, some specific pointers. What would you suggest for? I'm sorry, I have a little frog in my throat.
Yeah, it's
Specific
okay.
pointers, like for each subject, for the speaking, the writing, the listening, and the reading. Would you? What would you recommend? What did you use to pass?
Well, for the listening, first for the listening, at first, what I did was to listen to the recorded test from the dashboard in Swoosh English Review. They actually have like a specific test for listening, reading, writing, and speaking. So for the listening, what I actually did is that I just listen first for the audios, and then I also try the podcast in Spotify
Mm,
because I actually heard that it's nice if you continuously listen to podcasts, and I also watch English movies. That way I can practice my listening skills. So that helped me as well. For
good.
the reading, as I mentioned earlier, that was actually the subtest that I'm really struggling. So I just focused in scanning because it's it's really hard to scan at the same time answer the questions. So I tried to at least get some tips from YouTube videos on how to do proper scanning and how to do proper skimming, and that way it can at least increase my band score for reading. And for the writing, I actually just what I actually did for the writing is I just tried to watch the previous recorded videos in Swoosh English, especially with teacher Stephen because he actually had many practice writing practices there in the recorded videos,
Hmm.
and he mentioned that for there's test one and test two. For the test one, you'll just need to at least uh make a like a report. Just um you just need to at least tell a story about what you have observed from the image that we saw for the test one. So it needs to have a title, and then the overview, and then the body part one and the body part two. That's for the task one, and then for I mean the task one. For the task two, it really depends. If it's asking for opinion, you need to provide opinion, and then if it's not asking for your opinion, so you just need to at least um, make a direct point about what's being asked in the question. So I just tried to at least absorb, observe most of the lessons that the teachers told me for the writing test, in order for me to at least get a six for the writing, because I was informed that if, and another tip as well is for the writing, for the task one, um, the essay needs to be like around 150 words.
Mm,
So it should be 150 words, but not more than 200, because that might be you might provide many details for that. And then for the
yeah.
task two, it should be like around 250 words, but not more than like 300, because like what I've said earlier as well, um, you might be giving details that's out of the topic. So at
Mm,
least um, it should be like at length for the for all of for the task two and the task one. Okay,
yeah,
and for the speaking, my ultimate tip is that you need to have a speaking partner. Although we had like a live review, I mean, we have live sessions with Swoosh English, but
yeah,
actually, our teacher is encouraging us to at least have a buddy or a partner so that at least um, after the live classes, you still have that opportunity to practice
yeah,
speaking. Because in speaking, it should be you have to sound confident in order for you to get a
mhm,
7, because in all of the sub tests only the speaking is the one that you need to get a 7. So
yeah,
there should be, although there should we should need to balance every sub test, but in speaking it's very important for you to get a 7, at least minimum of 7. So that is my ultimate advice. Just to have like a speaking partner, because of course you can do brainstorming. You can also at least learn from that partner of
yeah,
yours and
mhm,
be at least confident with ideas that you will be providing and
yeah.
sharing with your partner as well.
Yes. I love all your tips, and the speaking partner is definitely a critical point. And I know there's some people watching today that are asking, they've asked in the past for a speaking buddy, and I try my best to try to set you up with a speaking buddy in your area. And sometimes it's very successful and sometimes it's not. So you bring that up, and I appreciate everyone's patience when it comes to that because, like I said, sometimes I guess I don't know who your speaking buddy was if you ran into any issues, but with the time difference sometimes, or different work schedules, this and that, obviously you can run into some issues. So I'm so glad about the tips that you offered. And let me see, we've got oh, Gemma. Gemma is here. She says congrats, and then we also have an Edison saying hello. So you've got a lot of people watching telling you hi and congratulations, and they like your tips. So you listen to a podcast, and you definitely would suggest a speaking buddy. That's really good. And you could do speaking buddies, maybe a larger group of just maybe four instead of just two. So sometimes that's a
Yes,
possibility.
exactly.
And then your dashboard, that's something that you offered, which is definitely, or a suggestion, something that you suggested. The dashboard is definitely where, you're going to find all your information. We try to post what we can in the WhatsApp group, but it doesn't always work out, that way. But for like the live sessions and such, we try to post that on Fridays for you and that kind of thing. So, yeah, we really
Mm-hmm.
appreciate your time, Ivy, and some really good pointers and some help. And um, another question I'm going to ask: What are you most excited about when you move to the U.S.? What's one of the things on your bucket list you want to do when you move here?
Traveling is my first priority. I'd
Yes.
like to of course I really wanted to stay in Kentucky because
Hmm.
it's like a country it's like a countryside, so I'd
Yeah.
like that way. And um I am actually watching BBC, and I am planning to visit Newstone. I'm not really, I forgot the
Where?
name, but it's in Arizona,
Oh,
and I want to visit that place, and
okay.
also California and New York. That's in my
Oh, yeah.
bucket list as well.
Well, California is nice. It's nice. Do you know what part of California you're going to?
In San Francisco, because my aunt is staying there, and of course I want to visit Hollywood.
Oh, yeah. You want, oh, yeah. So that's the Bay Area, and you're in LA County area with LA and Hollywood and all that stuff. So you can have fun there. New York City. That's also a lot of fun. Go visit the Statue of Liberty and go down in the city and all that. And Arizona, I love Arizona too. Arizona's really nice. So we've got 50 states, and I've only been to a handful of them, but definitely, I can't wait for you to get here, and you're going to be here in no time. You're going to be here before you know it. So yeah, you'll be there and probably sometime next year, celebrating all of our fun holidays and do all that. So that's really great. Is there someone else? Let's see. Oh yeah, we've got one more. Rowena. She says hello. So we didn't get any questions this time, and that's perfectly okay. You'll probably see Ivy in the group in the Facebook group. So if you have any questions for her on how she passed, something like that, and the WhatsApp group, I'm assuming, I guess you're probably still in the WhatsApp group for another minute. If you have any
Yes.
questions for her, go ahead and ask her in there. And I won't take up any more of your time. You answered all these questions great. The interview went great. I'm sorry you were a little nervous, but I think everything went great. And your answers were
Thank you so
wonderful.
much, Jennifer.
You bet. Thank you for taking the time on behalf of Connetics and Swoosh. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to meet with me and just let all the nurses know that it's possible. You can pass, and you're going to pass, and you'll be the next one to pass and move to the US. So I appreciate you and your time and your answers and all of those wonderful things. And I will let you enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your evening, I should say.
Thank you.
Bet. And you have a good evening, and I will chat with you soon, okay?
Sure. You have a great
Okay.
day, Jennifer. Thank you so
Yes.
much for this opportunity.
Yes, you bet. Thank you very much. We'll chat soon.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye.